Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of Extinct Bricks Originals. And for this very special episode, we'll be featuring the tutorial on a custom smoothie, the Ankylosaurus. But before that, happy birthday to you, Tremendous Tessa! Happy birthday! Alright, so moving on with our video. Hey there everyone, so as you've seen in the thumbnail, we're actually doing a smoothie from Case Jury Season 3, and we have here our best friend Ankylosaurus, Bumpy, a slightly older one compared to the baby, and we're going to make the offspring of baby, so Bumpy's baby. Alright, so we'll be doing it differently as smoothie is actually a newborn Ankylosaurus, and since I made here technically a kid Ankylosaurus, we're doing an even smaller figure here. And I just wanted to show you here that initially I wanted to use this one, the baby Ankylosaurus from Lego, but looking at it, it seems like it's still too big for a baby Ankylosaurus or a newborn Ankylosaurus. So maybe I'll be doing a smaller one, but not as small as a very small, like about what a minifigure can hold in his hand, but rather a smaller figure that at least you can readily identify as a baby. So we'll be doing that, and for the base figure that we'll be using, this would be the what do you call this? A pig. And we'll see where it goes from here. I'm not quite sure where this would go, but it has stubby legs, and this is what drive me to use this figure as our baby Ankylosaurus. So let's do it. Alright, so far we've managed to make it smaller, but while I was actually looking at this figure, it seems like it's still the same size. So what my plan now is to even make it smaller by having it cut down from that size to this size, and then bringing the head a little bit smaller as well. So we're cutting off the top half of this one, and we're going to somehow manage from there. Okay, so I have the pig already marked where I'm going to cut, and we're just going to use this Dremel tool to cut off where we need it to. I think it's not I was wondering why it wasn't functioning, is because it's not yet plugged in. So let's start. Figure, and it's still looking a little bit thin from a front and top perspective, so we're just going to make some sculpting, I guess changes to that, but so far so good. So what we did, and since we it seems that this particular head seems to be so big for this figure, I figured that we use the drumstick of the chicken for this. So we used the end for the tail, as you can see here, but we're still going to somehow modify that, and then the head here as the topmost portion of the drumstick. So that's the idea, guys. So let's just continue on. So just to give additional support to the bottom half of the figure, I'm going to add here some glue, just so to stabilize that particular part. And alright, so here's the overall shape of Smoothie, our baby Ankylosaurus, and to be honest, it's still too big for me, but comparing it with our Ankylosaur here that Lego made, it is somewhat smaller in size already. So that's as small as I can get, I guess, but we'll see, guys. So we'll be adding several more details on this Ankylosaurus, so stay tuned. And here is Smoothie after we have added several more details to it. You can see that there are bumps that we have already added on the body, some of the details on the head, as well as that of the tail where the club would be situated, and yeah, so it's looking cute now, and we're just going to primer this one up, and let's start with painting. Alright, so here are the winners for Guesses PC contest. We have 10 lucky picks. Here they are: Phonic, Jurassic Tex, Ellie Jarrell Correa, Sakai B, Lope Jesus Panas, Aiden Stevenson, Anna Schwartz, Jurassic Lego, Iman Mubasher, Cryolofo BG. Congratulations everyone on our top 10
Top
winners.
10.
Liam Peters,
Top 9.
Vivian Robertson,
Top 8.
Electro Raptor Studios,
Top 7.
Rainbow Racer,
Top 6.
Whale Shark,
Top 5.
Cretaceous Bricks,
Top 4.
Atar Paris Dubin,
Top 3.
Billy Bailey Marshall,
Top 2.
Jackozilla,
And Top 1.
and Walton Todd. Congratulations everyone! And for those of you who'd like to join, here's how. Just click on the Extinct Bricks icon and we'll link you to the Extinct Bricks homepage. In the homepage, just click on the community link to see all our posts. Okay, so we have our figure here already primered with gray. And all we have to do now is put some color in it. So we'll be using some different sizes of brushes here, some acrylics, and some water. Alright, so let's start with our painting. So first we have here unbleached titanium, and we're just going to paint all over the entire figure here. So usually when the figure is already primered, it would take up much of the paint, but nonetheless we'll be doing several layers of the same color on the figure so that, you know, we attain a specific coverage, and all of the gray parts are actually covered entirely. Right, so now it's time to put on the secondary color, which is toned down purple. We added some grayish tones to this one as well, so that it's not very, no, it's not princess color purple. So it dries up to a rather much matte color on the figure. So we're using here a small brush, but when it comes to already putting in some speckle details, we are going to use a much even smaller brush to apply the paint on our figure, because this is a very small figure. Okay, now so using this, just the very tip of the brush, we have here a much lighter color purple that we are going to apply on the legs of our Ankylosaurus here, Smoothie. And this is also the same color that we will be using on highlighting some of the armor on the back as well, and also here on the face. So we're going to overlay some of the armor here. So we're going to reflect that same kind of details on the other side of the figure. Now remember, just use the very tip of the brush, make different sizes of, what do you call this, of speckles. Create some interest on the figure. like so. Just so we have a quick, variance in terms of detailing on the back of the armor for our smoothie friend here. We're doing some lines using the lighter color of purple on our figure, like so. So we create that Ankylosaur-like effect of armor on the figure, even though it's really small. Okay, so for the final touches on our figure, this is just a mixture of the purples that we had on earlier and some brown, and we're going to paint the club on the end of the tail as well as the fingertips on our fingertips or nails on our Ankylosaurus here. So it maintains a really cute design on our figure. And that's it for the tutorial, guys. We'll now be moving on to the next portion of the video.